Every weight loss program has a catch, and unfortunately, some of the stars of My 600-Pound Life learned that firsthand. They may have lost hundreds of pounds, but they didn't seem too happy about it. Here's why. Dorothy Dottie Perkins appeared in 3 episodes of My 600-Pound Life Season 4. Thanks to Dr. Now's plan, Perkins went from 641 pounds to 295 pounds, a standout accomplishment in the show's history. Much like the others, her lawsuit regarded medical expenses and accusations of dramatization. However, Perkins' claim went even further. She accused Megalomedia of lying to viewers about the progress of her weight journey. During the show, Dr. Now ordered her to stay in the hospital so his team could monitor what she was eating, but this was reportedly only done to add some razzle-dazzle to the storyline.
It's frustrating because I can't just go to the hospital and leave my boys. No one can care for them like I do.
According to the lawsuit, the producers forced Perkins to eat large amounts of unhealthy food. This would, in turn, cause her to butt heads with Dr. Now. The lawsuit read, he would criticize her for not being able to follow the diet. Megalomedia falsely portrayed that plaintiff was gaining weight when she was actually losing weight. Ultimately, this resulted in her being admitted to a hospital so her diet could be monitored. Perkins also sought compensation for the 3 weight loss surgeries she underwent between her appearances on My 600-Pound Life and Where Are They Now? Unfortunately, Perkins died at age 44 on June 14, 2025. At 23 years old, Nicole Lewis appeared on Season 5 of My 600-Pound Life. She weighed 684 pounds at the start of her episode, but she ended it 163 pounds lighter and with a fiancé to boot. Still, she sued TLC's production company, Megalomedia, for unpaid medical expenses and other broken promises. The plaintiff called the company fraudulent for agreeing to pay for her surgeries in exchange for participation in their shows. Lewis underwent a gastric sleeve procedure and was promised an excess skin removal surgery for participating in the show's spin-off, Where Are They Now?
We'll go ahead and approve you for skin surgery, okay?
That's awesome.
And we'll set you up for surgery for 2 months from now.
Unfortunately, that procedure never took place. The legal document read in part, as set forth above, Megalomedia made a material representation to Lewis that was false. That is, that they would cover all medical bills associated with the medical and surgeries if she would agree to participate in the show. Defendants knew the representation was false or made it recklessly as a positive assertion without any knowledge of its truth. In the lawsuit, Lewis claimed that the producers also promised to move her to Houston and pay her rent for 6 months. She said that despite Megalomedia's failure to keep its end of the agreements, she was expected to continue filming and adjust her schedule for their convenience. Her lawsuit claimed that the company's failures caused her injury and damages. Season 8's 5th episode centered around Gina Marie Krasley, who weighed 588 pounds at the episode's start. At the end of the episode, she'd only lost a little over 50 pounds and had to have her surgery postponed. In February 2020, Krasley filed a lawsuit against all of show creator Jonathan Nauzardin's companies affiliated with My 600-Pound Life for over $1 million. This included Megalomedia, parent company DBA Holdings, and contractor Mansfield Films. She accused the defendants of failing to administer a psychological evaluation before she began her extreme diet. She also claimed that the program did not provide adequate mental health support, inflicting emotional distress by not training its employees to handle related depression. Krasley also alleged that the production team forced her to overeat in order to add drama to the show. As her lawsuit stated, they required her to eat excessive amounts of food on screen to portray her as someone who could not follow the diet. Defendants created this narrative. Sadly, the 30-year-old died at her home in New Jersey with her loved ones present in August 2021. Her death occurred before a ruling was made in the case. Jeanne Covey appeared in Season 7 of My 600-Pound Life, going from 702 pounds to 388 pounds. Despite her transformation, she filed a lawsuit against the show's production company for the same reason many others did. They allegedly reneged on paying medical bills. In this case, the amount of the medical expenses was specified to be $70,000. Additionally, Covey claimed the producers faked a lot of her episode and actually threatened her and her mother with a lawsuit if they did not continue to film after the death of her father. According to the lawsuit, these threats and demands significantly worsened Ms. Covey's already weakened emotional state.
So I'm just not in a place to be able to do Dr. Now's program.
The plaintiff claimed that the producers used this as an opportunity to push the narrative that she was failing to adhere to Dr. Now's diet and exercise plan, thus making her ineligible for surgery. Even though Covey didn't lose enough weight to qualify, Megalomedia allegedly agreed to pay for her mother's hernia surgery for continuing to participate in the show. David Bolton and his brother Benji Bolton appeared in the 6th season of My 600-Pound Life. With a starting weight of 747 pounds, David was able to lose 452 pounds by the end of his TV journey and has reportedly lost even more weight since then. Despite his success, David's lawsuit against producers cited unpaid bills, lack of mental health support, and traumatic experiences while filming. The suit also claimed that after David's weight loss procedure, he experienced extreme frustration and depression. The claim noted that Megalomedia's alleged manipulation of the Boltons played a major role in the decline of David's mental health as well. David also pointed out the lack of empathy displayed by the production team. Like Krasley, his lawsuit argued, Megalomedia fails to train their employees regarding depression, suicidal ideation, and similar symptomatology. David sought $1 million in damages with the hope of making a difference for future participants of the show. Megalomedia denied responsibility for the medical expenses as well as David's suffering. The company's lawyer reportedly wrote in a counterclaim that all agreements between the parties were made in the form of written contracts, claiming the injuries, if any, suffered by David were caused by his own negligent conduct. Maja Radanovic made her debut on Season 7 of My 600-Pound Life, weighing in at 689 pounds. Radanovic only shed 97 pounds while following Dr. Now's program and was unable to qualify for gastric bypass surgery. Still, she continued her journey off-camera and eventually underwent the procedure.
I do want to get to where I need and change the destructive patterns I know I have.
Radanovic took legal action against Megalomedia for emotional suffering during production and not covering her medical expenses. Her starting weight made her more susceptible to depression, yet she claimed that producers pushed unbeknownst participants to the edge of an emotional cliff. The claim alleged that Radanovic's trauma was a result of Megalomedia's reckless actions. The lawsuit was strongly worded, stating, "Their actions are so outrageous in character and so extreme in degree that they go beyond all possible bounds of decency and are regarded as atrocious and utterly intolerable in a civilized community." Furthermore, the document noted that boosting ratings seemed to be the main priority for the company's staff. Radanovic sought $1 million as compensation for relevant bills and suffering. Annjeanette Whaley made her debut on Season 7 of My 600-Pound Life at 679 pounds. By the end of her journey with Dr. Now, Whaley lost over 200 pounds, thanks in part to her surgery. She joined the string of lawsuits filed against Megalomedia in 2020 with many of the same claims as her disgruntled castmates. As a result of the studio's failure to cover the costs related to her medical care, Whaley suffered from mental health problems and claimed that they made her false promises. Supporting her claims of financial challenges, Whaley started a GoFundMe for a wedding dress ahead of her October 2022 ceremony. She wrote on her fundraising page, "I am getting married on October 22nd, 2022, and I'm hoping to be able to wear something I feel beautiful in on the day that's supposed to be the best day of my life. I am on disability, so with bills and monthly other emergencies coming up, I just can't afford the dress. A lot of people have told me to start a fundraiser, so I thought I'd give this a shot." Whaley raised $160 by the time her wedding month rolled around. Season 7's Destinee Lashaee began her episode of My 600-Pound Life at 669 pounds. Amid family drama and the grief of her brother's death, Lashaee, the first trans star on the show, was able to shed 229 pounds by the end of her journey with Dr. Now.
I feel like all I'm constantly doing is just trying to escape all my depression and pain at this point.
Given her existing mental health struggles, the pressure placed on Lashaee by producers reportedly only worsened her psychological state. Like several of her castmates, she sought damages for emotional distress and negligence. Lashaee also accused Megalomedia of scripting and exaggerating scenes, noting that when she challenged them, they'd threatened to stop payments for her weight loss surgery. Producers also reportedly made her change her appearance, a traumatic scene that ended up being cut. According to the lawsuit, the stress led plaintiff to have a breakdown in which she kicked the producers out of her home and threatened to kill them and herself. Rather than attempt to de-escalate the situation, the producers returned to the home in hopes of getting more dramatic footage. Tragically, Lashaee died by suicide in 2022 at age 29. Season 6's James L.B Bonner lost over 200 pounds by the end of his feature. Unfortunately, he died by suicide in 2018, and his family filed a lawsuit against the show's producers for lack of payment and negligence regarding his mental health struggles. The lawsuit claimed that while filming the show, Bonner was pressured into doing things like cutting his facial hair and missing out on work opportunities. His family also wrote that he was only afforded one therapy session and that Megalomedia reneged on its promise to pay bills associated with his bariatric procedure. Bonner's depression worsened to the point that it began to impact his appearance. The lawsuit detailed that the rapid weight loss caused his teeth to fall out and his vision to get worse, and that the pressure to perform affected Bonner physically and psychologically. The season 6 star reached out for help to no avail. Bonner reportedly texted a production assistant, "I'm not in a good place right now, it's dark, and I had a breakdown." The reply was less than compassionate, reading, "Fake it till you make it." Bonner was 30 years old at the time of his death. His family sought $1 million in damages. Alicia Kirgan appeared on Season 6 of My 600-Pound Life with a starting weight of 622 pounds and an ending weight of 436. She underwent bariatric surgery and appeared on an episode of Where Are They Now in 2020. Despite this, Kirgan filed a lawsuit against Megalomedia for unpaid medical debt, lack of therapy, and fakery for views. The unique aspect of Kirgan's lawsuit is that she accused the show's team of tampering with her medical questionnaire for her operation. Her lawsuit alleged Kirgan was provided a 5-question mental health survey a couple of hours before her procedure that asked questions with true or false answers. If she answered one of the questions incorrectly, the producers would take the form away and give her another until she answered all of the questions correctly.
We don't have anything more to prove, so I'm done. And I'm ready to move on and find other solutions that work for me, because this doesn't anymore.
The lawsuits of Maja Radanovic, Jeanne Covey, Dorothy Dottie Perkins, Annjeanette Whaley, Alicia Kirgan, and Destinee Lashaee were brought together in a consolidated case against Megalomedia. In response, the company motioned to have the case dismissed under the Texas Citizens Participation Act. In 2022, the 13th Court of Appeals ruled in favor of the company to dismiss all claims filed by the stars of My 600-Pound Life. If you or anyone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please dial or text 988 to speak with the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. You can also seek help by visiting 988lifeline.org.